Aloha, my name is Ariya Lorenz and I want to welcome you to this podcast for living in divine protection. We're going to talk about what divine protection is, an energetic protection, and practical tools for living in divine protection. We're going to start right where I want to explore with you what divine protection is. Many people ask, what does divine protection mean? And here's what it is. You're always divinely protected. You have an shield around you that is part of your energetic structure. But really what that means is that you're constantly going into your life with divine evolution in mind. So in other words, whatever happens to you contributes to your soul's evolution. Yeah? Nothing that happens to you will contribute to your detriment. But it doesn't mean that you'll attract only nice experiences, and it doesn't mean that you don't attract accidents or things like that, because it's just really an overall energetic field that supports your lifetime. Now, when it comes to direct protection from harm, we can actually use specific energetic tools that help us with that. And how that looks like is you can create an energetic shield of light that helps you to be in your aura, and when you share with others, not lose energy. It also helps you to not take on energy from others. Now, can you imagine how much that'll do for you if you have that? It's really amazing how much we get bogged down by other people's energies or just too much input. For example, if you live in a city or you go to a big department store, you come out and you're completely exhausted. Why? Because you took on all the energies from other people. And most of those energies are actually thought forms, what people are thinking, and feelings. They're like little bubbles floating around in the air, and we pick them up. Yeah? Sometimes situations or people draw energy from us, literal energy, but most of the time we just get overwhelmed with what we take on. And the protection shield will help you with both. It'll help you from being drained, and it will help you with taking on. Now, the main way of how we actually get drained is by our own thoughts. So we can get drained most of the time, other than what I just said, that sometimes there is a draining force outside of us. But most of the time we get drained by us thinking draining thoughts, thinking negative thoughts, or putting our energies to other people or situations. Now, how does that look like? If I think of a person and I worry about them, or I have sorrows related to them, then I drain my energy into them. Now, it doesn't help them because I'm draining a sorrowful energy into them rather than a blessing. So they also get bogged down and I get bogged down. Okay? So that's why it's so important to know what a protection is and how we stay protected, but also then how to actually practice an energetic protection so that you can stop doing that. Now, in regards to the draining thoughts, when you drain your own energy, I want to share with you practical tools for living in divine protection. The practical tools are, of course, the energetic shield that I'm going to share in a minute. But it's also knowing what drains your energy and knowing how to stop others from getting your energy or putting too much into your field that is then overwhelming. So the first one, draining thoughts are sorrow or worry about other people or situations. It's a literal fountain of energy that you create that goes into them, but it's not a supportive fountain. So you're going to get really drained from that. And if you've been worrying about something a lot, then you are tired and you're exhausted. Yeah? So here's what I want you to do. Just stop worrying. Just simply stop worrying. That's not a good energy. But instead, go ahead and bless. Bless the people you're worried about. Bless the people you're sorrows about or the situations. And how you do that is you tune into your divine energy and you breathe in from above and below. I like to do that. It's called the 3 Heart Connection Meditation. You can find this in another podcast. And you draw in the energy from above and below. And then you send the energy out of your hands or your heart and feel that you're blessing them with your intention to bless them. Yeah, feel and intent. So when you feel an intent that you are blessing somebody, your energy actually flows to them in a positive way. And the interesting thing about that is when your energy flows to somebody or a situation in a positive way, and when you do it by connecting to above and below, you get filled also. So it's a double filler, whereas sorrow is a double drainer or worry. Now that's pretty cool to know, isn't it? So the next thing I want you to understand, and it really helps if you get a grip on that, because we're in it all day long and all the time, is how we can avoid getting drained through overwhelm. So overwhelm happens when you're in a department store, or when you're talking with people, or you're meeting a lot of people, or you're on the phone a lot, and you're really just getting a lot of different type of energies that are bumping into your aura. What happens is that you're constantly recalibrating your system, in order to find a calm and harmony. So let's say somebody comes at you and they're stressed and you're calm. You're going to try to balance them out energetically, unwillingly, totally unconscious, in order to match the vibration. And that takes energy. If they are really tired and depressed, you're going to bring another form of energy to match it. And we're constantly doing that, especially if you're a sensitive person. You'll be doing that naturally. Now that drains your energy. And you can basically compare it to a tuning instrument, these digital tuners. So you are tuning into the energies around you all the time. You can't turn that tuner off. And then you're trying to recalibrate the song that you're basically hearing in order to match the melody you're playing or you're singing, or the other way around, you adapt your melody to the other melody. And I'm sure it happened to you that somebody sang a song and you actually had another song in your mind, and you noticed that you couldn't continue that song in your mind. You actually had to take on the song the other person was singing or the radio was playing. And that's how that goes. So it's a constant, mix and match. And we're trying to calibrate it into a perfect harmony. Now, since that is a draining way to do it, I would like to support you and encourage you to start radiating. So instead of calibrating, which is unconscious, you become conscious of it and say, okay, I've been calibrating. Now I'm going to go radiate. Now, in order to radiate, you need to be in a good space. You need to be in a space that's uplifted and positive. So you want to tune into your own energetic vibration and bring it into a good space. It could be a space of gratitude. It's often the easiest and actually very effective. So think of grateful things that you're grateful for. And then you start radiating that energy. You could also pick a quality of beauty or love. I like to pick a quality every morning before I start the day and like to change the qualities around so it's a little more fun. And then I radiate that quality throughout the day. So for example, today I have the quality of light. I decided I'm going to be light. So you're getting that right now. And another day I have love, or I have gratitude, or I have beauty, or grace. So that is what you're going to radiate. Now radiating again happens, like I mentioned before in the first part of this episode. It happens with your intention. You intend to do it, and then you feel like doing that. You feel it. And so you're intending to radiate, let's say, the quality of love, and then you feel love, or gratitude is another one. Think of radiating gratitude, focus on gratitude, and then feel something that you're grateful for. For example, the plants are growing and growing and growing outside without you needing to tell them to grow. What a blessing. And now that you send out either through your hands or your heart with your intention to radiate. You can also imagine that your whole aura is glowing with that quality. If you're a little more advanced, that can be a good way to do it. And then your whole aura is glowing and radiating out that quality. That'll help you not to take on too much energies from the outside. And lastly, I'd like for you to be protected from what's coming at you, and therefore we use a protection shield. And there are several ways of doing a protection shield, but a really fast way, not the best way, but a fast way that I can share right now and that you can start practicing. And if you want to know more, then go do my practical spirituality course, because that's more in depth of understanding how to do that. So a fast way is you tune into the light from above and below, source energy and the heart of the planet, and breathe that light into your heart. And then you breathe out light and you visualize that that light goes all around your body and your aura, and it creates a sphere. And then you allow that sphere in your mind to become very, very strong. Yeah, you see it being fed by the divine source that's coming from above and just hovering over your aura. And you see it being fed from the earthly source, center of the planet, that's coming from below and just hovering below your feet. And it feeds this beautiful bubble of light around you. And that's how you can be very protected. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you had fun. Please come on to the next episode.